They're built to withstand temperature swings of between -40 degrees all the way up to 185 degrees Fahrenheit. I can see you getting down to a -40, but if you're up to 185, you got way bigger problems than your mud flaps. The folks at Zanch were nice enough to send me these mud flaps to try on our Tesla Model Y. Our Model Y is a pre-juniper version, but they do make them for juniper as well, and it looks like the installation is exactly the same. The installation looks dead simple on these, and I'm going to test that out. And based on what I've seen, if I have trouble installing these, that's going to say more about me than about these mud flaps. I can already feel that they're nice and sturdy. They are made to have a nice clearance from the ground, so you don't have to worry about them catching on things. They look pretty equivalent to OEM. They're made to have a clearance of just about 7 inches from the ground, so that's nice. They shouldn't get caught on anything. And they're built to withstand temperature swings of between -40 degrees all the way up to 185 degrees Fahrenheit. I can see you getting down to a -40, but if you're up to 185, you got way bigger problems than your mud flaps. But that just shows how well they're engineered. They're also built to withstand an impact of up to 90 miles per hour of gravel and dirt, so that's pretty cool. All right, so we've got our 4 flaps. We've got a nice user's guide here. We've got a little QR code for activating a warranty on them. Here's something that's pretty nice that separates this set from some other sets. They actually come with a screwdriver for popping out the little fasteners from the down in the wheel wells there, which is pretty awesome. Then we've also got our fasteners themselves and a little wrench as well. So you've got everything you need to install with this kit, unlike some other kits I have seen. So that's also a big plus for these. So I'm going to go get these installed now, and we'll see how quickly I can get them installed and how easy it actually is. And here we are for our before shot. We have not installed the mud flaps yet. And one of the things that they want you to do is to go ahead and turn your wheel to the side so you can get at the little fasteners there to pop them out. So I've got this front wheel turned to the side already. We're going to pop those out and see how we can get these in. I think it's going to be pretty simple. It looks pretty straightforward. Yeah, one of the biggest obstacles is just going to be trying to do this without getting in the way of the camera. Look at this. It actually says front right on it, so you cannot mess this up. This is not only idiot proof, I think it's Jonathan proof. All right, here we go. Now, there's a little notch there that you can use to pop, well, the whole thing came out, but usually you can pop out just this little bit there, and then the rest will pop out after it's loosened up the part that expanded there. So you could reuse these, but since they gave us brand new shiny ones, that's what we're going to use. This one came out normally. So first thing we need to do is get this guy to snap in. There we go, behind. Fantastic. And then from there, just need to get our fasteners into the holes. Once the fasteners are in the holes, pop that in. Okay, well, guess that answers that question. These are dead simple to install. The back ones have one more step that will need to be addressed, but there we go. Look at that. All right, let's go try the other sides. Here we are with our front left. Same thing, find the little notch, pop that guy out, easy peasy. It's hard for me at this angle because the camera's in my way. It's just there we go. Well, whole thing came out. It's just a wonky angle trying to do that with the camera in the way. All right, same thing on this side. Let's get this snapped in. Boom. And I can move myself so I can actually see. There we are. 2 new fasteners. See it? I can see it. There we go. And get you nice and flush. Pop. Same over here. Pop. There you go. Nice and tight. Cool. Now to tackle the back. Now the back has a little bit of a complication because there is a little bolt under here that I'll show you, and that is where this guy comes in. So we need to get under here and remove that bolt before we can install it. Oh, the bolt's not even very tight. So I'm using the tools that they give us rather than using my impact hammer or my drill to get this out, which would have made it a little bit faster, but it is coming nicely, and voila. All right, so same as the front, we're gonna pop these guys out, pop this guy in, there we go. New fasteners. I can't see because the camera's in the way. Snap, snap, and then return the bolt. One tip is that when you're tightening this guy up, make sure you tighten it all the way, because if you don't, you're gonna leave a gap in here, and that's gonna allow mud and debris, gravel and stuff to get stuck up in there. So you just wanna make sure that you got this nice and tight. And our last one here, popping these guys out. Look, I was able to rotate it up to make it easier. Probably should have tried that on the front if I could have gotten it in there a little easier. Okay, now, while I'm down here, getting ready to remove this bolt, I can see this guy's a little bit loose, and I'm gonna tighten him up while I'm down here. Much better. They just popped the rivet in before the fastener was all the way in, so it was expanded too soon. I'm sliding this up there, but it pops if you don't slide it. You can see it's nice and fastened there. All right, these two rivets, it came with a couple of extras, so I actually could have used a brand new one to fix the Tesla boo-boo, but I'm gonna save those home. Boom, look at that. And return this guy, and we're done. And we're back. Okay, that was super fast. I didn't even bother to clean up all the way. Should I have cleaned up? 100%. Did I clean up? Like 12%. But that was so fast, I just wanted to get in and finish this up, because from start to finish, I think it took maybe 20 minutes, and it would have been even faster if I wasn't trying to work around the camera there. It was a little bit awkward, especially the left front was really awkward trying to get at the fasteners around the camera. Camera not in my way, I think you could probably have these on in like 10 minutes. The longest thing is to get those bolts out and back in. It's a 10mm. You could use a bit on a drill or a ratchet and it would be even faster. So super fast, super simple, and look at them. They look gorgeous. I almost wasn't even expecting them to look as good as they do. I'm super happy with them. I think you will be too, so I hope this helps. And I got a new screwdriver. There we go, look at those. Look how nice those look. Those are fantastic. Come on. Beautiful.